Hey guys, Aaron here. Today I'm going to be talking to you about installing a remote start system in your F-Series, F-150, 250, 350 and on. The company is called MPC, and what's nice about this remote start system is that it actually uses the factory fob instead of having an auxiliary fob or a secondary fob, which makes it really convenient. And in a lot of ways, it actually mimics the OEM remote start system that Ford puts on their vehicles like the King Ranch and the Platinum. If you have an XLT or an XL, or you just have a model that doesn't have the remote start system, this is a really nice kit that you can purchase for about $150 to $200 depending on which vehicle you have, and it really is a nice quality kit. So just opening up the box, we have a wiring harness. This is a T wiring harness, very easy to install. I'll go ahead and show you how to put that in a little bit. And then we have our remote start module. There are a couple different connectors that we're not going to be incorporating onto this install. And then they give you a nice toggle switch. We're not going to be installing this. This is just for valet purposes. If we want to disarm the remote start system, I'm not going to put that on this vehicle. And then they give you a hood switch. Now, we won't have to use this on this particular vehicle. Matter of fact, most modern Fords have an OEM hood switch in there in the engine bay, which basically anytime the hood is open, the remote system won't work. So we won't have to install this, but it's nice they include it on older vehicles that don't have this. And then lastly, we get just some zip ties and a butt connector and some stuff. Since this is a plug and play kit for this vehicle, we won't need any of this. They just include this for the vehicles that you do have to do a little bit of wiring to. Some of the older generation vehicles, you will have to use this. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the female side of our connector that is supplied and plug that directly into the male connector on the truck. Then we're gonna take the male connector and plug it into the back of the OBD2 port. Make sure it snaps in all the way. Now next we need to take our module and locate the button that's located on the bottom of it. And what we're going to do is we're going to depress this button, and we're going to put in the black connector into the black connector on the module itself. And there are actually two connectors on this wiring harness that are black. One has a locking tab, one doesn't. We're going to take the non-locking tab connector and plug it into the module. Now when we do this, you're going to see LED lights start to flash. A little hard to pick up on the camera, but there's three colors. There is yellow, blue and red, blue and red. When it stops on the blue color, we need to take our finger off of the module, on the button on the module, and it will stay blue. That's good. Next thing we need to do is we need to take the white wiring harness and plug it into the module. Make sure it's fully seated. Now what we need to do is turn the ignition on, and when we do that, this blue LED light will start to blink, and it'll blink for about 10 seconds. It will continue to blink, but all we need is 10 seconds. We can go ahead and take our key out of the ignition, and if everything is good, the lights will go out and the module will be programmed to the vehicle. So let's go ahead and start with the ignition. Okay, ignition is on. All right, and that light is blinking. The ignition's on. It's been about 10 seconds. Let's go ahead and turn off the ignition. All lights are out, so that means that this is programmed successfully to the vehicle. Now we can go ahead and test the remote start system by pushing the lock button down 3 times. About 5 seconds later, we should get a remote start. There we have it. Now with the truck running and the key out, if you ever want to kill the engine without having to put the key in the ignition, turning it off, I'll turn it on and then turn it off, what you can do is actually just push down the brake pedal and the truck will turn off by itself. That's only, of course, if you have the key out of the ignition and the ignition is off. Now that we have successfully installed the remote start in the system, it's time to hide this underneath the dash, out of the way of the brake pedal and steering column. To remove the kick panel on these trucks, what we can do is just take our fingers and pull down. There's a hinge at the bottom here, so we can't go all the way down with it, but that'll give us enough access to go ahead and throw some zip ties maybe around this support and keep the wiring out of the way. Now, as I noted earlier, if you pop your hood and you're working on your vehicle, the remote start system will be disabled. It's really nice that it references the OEM switch that's underneath the hood. That way, if someone's doing an oil change on it, you're making any repairs, nobody accidentally restarts the truck. So that pretty much wraps it up for this video, guys. If this video has helped you out, please like and subscribe. Thank you as always. Make sure to check the link in the description for your correct kit for your truck or SUV. So thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.